Most of us know the feeling. You're sitting at a desk, staring at a screen, but your mind is somewhere else entirely. Maybe you're picturing yourself running a warm, bustling bakery or leading your own company. Why do so many of us spend our lives trapped in that cubicle daydream, while others actually manage to build that exact bakery from the ground up? Author Brian Tracy spent decades studying how people bridge that exact gap. In his book, Goals, he outlines a specific process to turn abstract ideas into tangible results. He found that achieving high levels of success rarely happens by accident. It requires you to deliberately program your mind toward a defined destination, very much like typing an exact address into a GPS. Recognizing the distance between where you sit now and where you want to be is the necessary first step. You have to actively decide to stop wishing and start planning. Tracy starts with a simple premise. Goals give our daily actions direction. Without them, we are simply drifting. Think about how exhausting it is to paddle a boat in circles. That is life without a clear goal. But when you finally pick a destination, every single stroke pulls you forward with momentum. To find your destination, you need to sit down and ask yourself what you honestly want. Your ideal career? What about your health or your relationships? When you define those desires, something interesting happens. Your daily choices become much easier to make because you finally have a standard to measure them against. Until you pick a specific point on the horizon, all your hard work is just energy spent going nowhere. Total clarity is required here. You simply cannot hit a target that you can't clearly see. To move from a blurry ambition to a sharp objective, Tracy uses a framework that forces your goal through 5 distinct filters. It moves you past general wishes and into a world of hard metrics and deadlines. Let's filter our bakery dream. Instead of a vague feeling, we assign hard numbers, like a specific weekly target of 500 pastries, so we have a clear yardstick for success. Then we lock it into a realistic timeline. Giving ourselves a strict 24-month deadline turns the dream into a ticking clock that demands action today. I want to bake someday is a soft wish. I will open a profitable downtown bakery in 24 months is a command. Vague ambitions tend to crumble under pressure. Only goals built with this kind of structural integrity can actually survive the real world. But a well-structured thought is still just a thought. Tracy highlights a crucial step that people often skip, the physical act of writing the goal down on paper. Think of what happens when a pen touches the page. The ink permanently stains the fibers of the paper. A similar shift happens in your mind. Recording the goal forces personal accountability. You can no longer pretend you didn't make the commitment. The act of writing is the literal first moment your dream crosses over from your imagination and takes up physical space in the real world. Once it is on paper, you need a way to sustain your motivation. Tracy teaches visualization, where you project your desired outcome so clearly that you begin to experience the emotions of that success ahead of time. Imagine the heat of those bakery ovens. Feel the pride of unlocking the front door on opening day. This sensory experience triggers a psychological response that anchors your motivation. To support those images, Tracy suggests using affirmations. These are the verbal tools you use to talk back to your own internal self-doubt. The rule for affirmations is that they must always be spoken in the present tense. You don't say, "I will be successful." You tell yourself, "I own a successful bakery." By actively managing your internal pictures and your self-talk, you build up the emotional armor you will need to face external challenges. And those challenges will come. Sudden roadblocks and severe setbacks are a guaranteed part of any ambitious journey. Tracy advises us to anticipate these hurdles from the very beginning. Expecting problems helps you develop a proactive, problem-solving mindset, rather than feeling defeated the moment a lease falls through or a recipe fails. Maintaining a positive attitude through those affirmations allows you to look at a painful failure not as a stopping point, but as a mandatory learning opportunity. To ensure you are actually learning from those experiences, you need to evaluate your progress at specific, regular intervals. Checking in on your milestones lets you see exactly what is working and what isn't. It gives you the chance to adjust your strategy dynamically, ensuring your daily actions stay locked on to your ultimate objective. This process of planning and evaluation is a framework that over 1 million people have already used to change their lives. Grab a pen and begin drafting your own first chapter today.